Well, howdy, Sagittarius. Yippee-ki-yo. All is well, Sag? I hope so. So thanks, everyone, for your support of my situation. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of the rah-rah. Go team, right? Go team. So welcome to the daily reading. If you're looking for more, please check out the description box. Anytime that there is a extended reading, you will find it there. And usually I announce sometime during the video whether we're going to extend things or not. So I don't always do it, but I do it some of the time. If you're looking for personals, you can find it there too. So it does feel as if something is lining up. Okay. So we're seeing the Fool here. And I'm using the Spacious Tarot. I love it. The Three of Wands, the Child of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Child of Swords, and it's like all of the pages. So this is just talk. Just talk, just ideas currently. And that might have something to do with, you know, just finding out about resources. Maybe you don't have them at this given point in time, but there does seem to be this sense of plans. The Fool, the Three of Wands, and also with the Three of Wands, yes, we're getting what we want, but there's always a delay with the Three of Wands. Okay, we're always, especially we're taking care of details. We're making moves, but we're not just making one, right? The Page of Wands and the Ace of Wands. I just feel like there are ideas circling for you that are making you feel excited. But at this point, it's just a fact-finding mission because, yeah, I mean, like, how are we going to do it, though? And it does feel, and I feel like this comes up a lot, the King of Swords. They may have the answer for you. Or it may just be about a plan. Yeah, because, look, we go right from the pages to the kings. So it's like the idea forms, you get information, you're very excited about it, and you get answers because you're so inspired to do so. But let's see, that's not happening right this second. This is at the bottom, so this is where this is all leading. It's kind of like telling a story from the end to the beginning instead of the beginning to the end. But it's good to know where things are going, where you're going, right? Because here we see the vibe. Thinking about making decisions, but it does feel as if you're not talking about them. Or this could really also have a lot to do, the sirens, with the Mercury retrograde that's coming up. Okay, so what you need to know, that's November, right? But it's coming, it's going to be in Sagittarius, Mercury and Mars to begin with. So yeah, we're doing stuff, right? But Mercury's also about ideas and learning and communication, which you're not doing. I just feel like you may make some decisions that you don't tell anyone about. Or maybe it's, yeah, at this stage I don't think that there's anything to tell, just like we were seeing on the bottom. So maybe that's going to be in my title. I'm so bad at titles, y'all. But, because right underneath we see feelings and magic. So that's kind of, manifesting it. It's still coming to you. and right now I don't feel like this is something that's really developed. But what's the tarot say? Tell me about decisions and communication reversed. Decisions and communication reversed. Ooh, yep, Page of Swords. Just finding out. Decision. Oh, okay. So you're kind of looking for information right before you make a decision, and it's really this, I don't want to say anything because I'm not sure it's the right thing, with the Devil being sideways and not wanting to like commit to it. 9 of Swords. Yeah, you're not sure. You're not sure, so it really feels like this is something you don't want to talk about until you are. That's smart. That is smart, Sagittarius. So what's going on here? This feels like a side note energy, Sag. I feel like, because I feel like what's coming towards you, a situation that may be coming towards you, is someone that you thought, I mean, you thought that you thought you were close to this person, you thought you were on the same page with this person. I basically feel like you thought they were someone important. And there's this thing happening where you see that you got it wrong. Because there's talk. And it's kind of all you can do to not do anything or to not push back on it. It's and I feel like you find out this person's at the root of it. Yeah, look at this. And we have independence and rejection or no. So definitely that is happening. Because something is said, right? And maybe this person just blames you for something. And then it makes you question, like, are we even close? Do you even know me? Or at least that's what you want to say. You want to do something here, but I feel like you don't. But let's take a deeper look at this. Tell me about this gossip, self-discipline, false flame. What is this situation about? What is, oh, 2 of Wands. Reconsidering. Tell me about this. I can tell you that whatever they did, whatever was said, it has you reconsidering whether or not you're on the same road. Tell me about the 2 of Wands. You thought this person was stable, right? Ooh. 6 of Wands with the Page of Wands reversed. Now, the Page of Wands reversed is not a good look. It's impulsive. It's irresponsible. And with the Six of Wands here, it's like they did something for attention without thinking. And I would say that they didn't think about how it would affect you. And I feel like it's something they said. But what ends up happening is that you totally reconsider whether or not you're going forward with this person. Mm-hmm. That's the tea there, Sag. And it's so funny, like, I will do tarot on it, but this relational message is so cut and dry. Wait, where do you see it? Okay. This is definitely for the singles. Path to love. Right? That's new love. Could just be someone that you've been talking to. Maybe there was talk about meeting up with this person, and then I don't know what happened, whether because meeting in person and doing the work, in other words, the everyday consistency is reversed. So it may be like someone who says we're going to meet, but they never follow through on it. And you just feel eh, like your spirit, your intuition is telling you, you know what, I'm a friend's in this one. Yeah, this would be for those who maybe you started talking to them online and it seemed like it was really supposed to be, but you start to realize how different they are. And you might have a solid, like a real spiritual connection with this person. Like you feel kind of past lifey with them. But I feel like you're saying no. No. So the good news is that you're being honored in some way. It's like the hard work you've done on something is being recognized, and maybe it's being recognized in really in a small way, Sag. Um, but it's like you're supposed to take that. Take that as the miracle that it is. Yeah, see it through is here. Yeah, because I mean, honestly, it has more to do with finishing something than whether or not, like, it was, it's not like there's a bonus attached to this. It's just, this is about completion in some way. So let's see. Tell me about honor yourself and miracles. Like sometimes just finishing something is is the reward, right? How is Sag being rewarded here? No. How is Sag being rewarded? Seven of Wands. How is Sag being rewarded? Kind of a you were right moment, maybe. Ooh, Page of King of Cups. I think you're just getting like a good the King of Cups can have to do with a boss or an older, particularly male person in your life, someone very understanding. Um, it's like you're finishing something, and this was something where you stuck to your guns, right? With the Seven of Wands. Something very much that you fought for, that you maybe even did by yourself, and someone is saying, oh, Saj, good job. Good job. You really wanted this. You followed your heart. You and whatever it is and whatever they're saying, it made you feel good. And it may even lead to an opportunity, because we have the Ace of Cups, the World, the Five of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. Once again, I feel like this is kind of tied into all of the energy I talked about in the beginning, where you're finding out about something. And whatever this opportunity is going to help you to overcome any financial struggling or struggling in general that had happened. I can tell you one thing, because the Ace of Wands has shown up a couple of times, and that is whatever's happening here, aside from this drama that happens, you're feeling really inspired, and I feel like you are protecting this idea. You know, I do actually really feel that. So, let's see what you're learning. What is Sagittarius learning? You know, and maybe someone is also like giving you accolades for, you know, because we're talking the Seven of Wands. If you really showed up disciplined in this situation where all of this talk and BS was happening and you didn't step up to, like, you didn't fall for the trap, someone could be saying, you know, being real understanding and saying, that was a good thing you did, Sag. Yeah, that's what it feels like. So what's the lesson? Ugh, too many. We don't need all those lessons. Sag, what you're learning. Oh, don't be afraid to sing. Justice is coming. And be your own first priority. Really, you know, this is about, you know, putting yourself first. And, you know, honestly, it's feeding more energy to you being rewarded, you being, specifically when it comes to discipline. And that knowing, right? And maybe this is what you say. Like, people might be encouraging you to step to this situation, right? And maybe you're saying to them, you know, everyone gets their karma. I don't really need to. Because that would definitely be good for you, Sag. And I don't know what all that's about, but I'm sure you will come to know. So let's see what today's action. Lights, camera, action, Sagittarius. Sagittarius's action. And yes, in these readings, we laugh, we feel joy. And we get amazing information. What is Sag's action of the day? Oh, let's be crazy. And it was reversed, Sag. I'm going to just say that you're quelling the crazy, right? Everything's reversed, right? And you may want to really release your feelings in this situation, because it feels like heavy on you. but I feel like you're not. Yeah, I feel like you're just not rising to that, Sag. Very interesting, but I can see like the challenge in it. I can see you wanting to give the what for, but saying, no. No, no, no. I'm not going to be the one. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope it really helps. Toodles.